Eldon the Noble here, back at it again with Mad Games Tycoon 2, Legendary Tutorial Part 6, and we're going to keep on the path that we're going on, continuing to do commission work. We will be picking up an A game sometime soon, but I do want to definitely clarify, while yes, the engine features are not nearly as important as gameplay features, you cannot completely ignore the engine features when making your own games. The difference is that if I were to make a game now, completely ignoring engine features, the game would probably clock in around the 50s, maybe lower 50s in terms of review. But if I were to do all the engine features and completely ignore the gameplay features, it would be a trash game. It would be terrible, horrible, and wouldn't be worth anything. So when looking at things like that, and even just what we're doing commission games, things of that nature, definitely the more important thing is the gameplay features. Alright, so coming into contract, still nothing. But, you know, it's definitely coming soon. I mean, with the amount of times I've played this, I know that it's not like a bug that it won't come up or anything like that. You know, a feature I thought would be really cool as a furniture would be vending machines. I know in certain other games, you know, vending machines is some of the decorations, and it can maybe serve a similar purpose as a coffee pot. I don't entirely remember the exact buff the coffee pot does, but just something like that would be really cool. Alright, let's go ahead and see where we're at. Still just B. Still just B. But starting a new month, hoping for something soon because this does get boring after a little while. but we will get there. And I know some people who have, I know the guy that I learned this from, he's been able to speed run and at least early on when the game first came out, be able to do this, what I'm still grinding towards, do it in a much shorter time frame. We had it better down to an exact science. There we go, an A game, perfect, perfect, perfect. See, I mean, look at that right there. All right, so we need a 40%. Okay, so let's see, I'm trying to make sure that we set ourselves up for success with this, because I definitely want to reach the 40. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and save the game now before we do anything else. Alright, so what we're going to do actually is just try to attack it straight on. So we're going to contract game. See, we've got to buy the... That's funny. We've got to buy this. And we're just going to attack it the way we've been attacking B+ games. Alright, green slime 2. Car, cats, cyberspace, or education. We'll just give education a little bit of love. Alright, moving along. Alright, we're going to go through here. Do what we need to do. Now this is when you start really making some good money. This is when you can afford to do the things that you need to do. And as you do more of them, more of like the A games, the more they show up, because you get a better reputation for doing well in those instances. Alright, and then we're going to definitely select everything. And that puts us 350,000 in the hole. We'll see if we can get there without improving any gameplay. So let's do some polishing. Let's just do that straight away. Again, don't know really how much polishing does per se. But we will definitely see. Yeah, because we are getting behind on things we need to research. So we really need to make some good money. In fact, what I'll probably do, because there were some other B+ games, is even if there's not another A game after this one, go straight into some B+ games that I'm sure there's going to be multiple by the time we get done with this, and move the people over in QA into research. Because as long as it's a lower percentage like that, we really don't need a QA team. Alright, see, that's the highest we've ever done, so let's do continue development. Alright, development report, 30 to 50, so it's a roll of the dice. but I have confidence we're going to reach that minimum. Alright, but if we don't, that's why we saved beforehand. Exactly why. Alright, let's see. Haha, we did. We got enough. We needed, yep, what was it, 40%? And we got exactly 40%. That is exactly what we needed. And look at how much money we have. Bam, just like that. Alright, let's look at the commission work, see what we have. I mean, we have just one B+ game. But still, we definitely don't need a Q18 for this. The Time Project, definitely cyberspace. Definitely cyberspace. Alright. And, you know, I noticed with the increase in the size of the game, the expectation for a higher review gets higher, which makes sense. If you're going to spend the amount of time to reach out to a studio to make a big AAA or AA, whatever you want to say, game, it needs to reach certain levels. I will say one of the most interesting stories in that I've ever heard is when Bethesda contracted Obsidian Games to make Fallout New Vegas. They gave them a really short time frame to do so, but they said that they needed to receive at least a 85% on Metacritic to receive a bonus, kind of like what we're seeing here. And they did not. They made it 84%. So contractually, Bethesda was not obligated to pay them anything extra in that. So just the fact that they were off by 1% is just, especially when they were on such a tight timetable. I mean, the fact that they put New Vegas together in a little over a year and a half, it was definitely less than a 2-year time frame, and it's one of the, in my opinion, one of the best games ever made. Like, the story is just super engaging, really great. Shows that, it just takes a really creative team. Alright. So what we'll probably do is when we get a chance to do all of the engine research, go ahead and develop a game engine for that. And one of the important things I forgot to go ahead and talk about the game engine is that the way I do it is I create multiple different game engines based on the level of console it needs. So like you have tier 1, 2, 3, 4. That way, depending on the kind of game I'm making and I want to reach the largest audience, I would maybe just stick to a game engine that has less done to it, less features on it. Alright, so we'll see if we can make it. I don't remember if I saved. Oh, but I got enough to reach the minimum. Because I think it was 35, it was 30%. Okay, definitely good. Yeah, see, it's starting to need some of these engine features that kind of rolling over. Alright, let's see, anything here? Another B+ game needing 30%. Yep, we can definitely do that. Frog in my house, too. That's cats. And I know it seems kind of not immersive to be making these same kinds of games about cats and things like that over and over again. But when you're playing on Legendary, I mean, you can kind of dive into that a bit more than I am. But for efficiency's sake and trying to get to where I want to make the games that I really want to make and reach the audience and get around to the things that I want to get around to, I just find it's easier to just focus up on what I already have. Alright. So let's keep rolling with that, and I think I'm good to go with there. I'm going to go ahead and just do all that just to make sure that we're reaching 30% minimum. I'd rather spend a little extra money at this point, rather spend a little extra money and do it a little bit overkill than have to reload saves, which now that I think about it, I did forget to save before I started this game. I usually like to save every time I start a new game. Alright, and hopefully after this we'll have another A game that we can do. But see, again, as you increase, the more you have A games, and it won't be once a year you have access to an A tier game, and that you can really start to stack money that we've not been able to really stack. Alright, engine features. Let's see, all of this is tier 1, so all of this would go on the same game engine. So what I usually do is like I'll have so I'll probably name my engine something like Atlas Engine, and then I'll have Atlas Engine 2 that'll just have tier 2 and 3 that'll have tier 3. Keep it relatively straightforward like that. Alright, good enough to let this rock. Finish development, hand over game. Alright, and we keep on rolling. And there we have 4 platforms. So now I'm really glad that they added that feature. So now when I get ready to launch my own game, I have the widest amount of audience possible. Still just B pluses, but if you noticed, we're still bringing in money. We're still profiting, still moving forward, and we're going to continue. So on that note, I think we're going to end it off here. And this has been enjoyable. I look forward to continue doing more of this. And this has been Eldon the Noble with Mad Games Tycoon 2. Until next time, see you later.